Welcome! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of body language. Have you ever wondered what someone's posture or gestures really mean? Understanding body language can help you connect better with others, spot hidden emotions, and even improve your own communication skills. In this video, we'll explore the basics of reading body language, from facial expressions to hand movements and posture. Whether you're in a business meeting, chatting with friends, or meeting someone new, these skills can give you an edge. Let's start by understanding why body language is so important and how it influences our daily interactions. Body language refers to the nonverbal signals we use to communicate. These include facial expressions, gestures, posture, and even the way we move our eyes. Often, body language conveys more than words themselves. For example, a smile can show friendliness, while crossed arms might signal defensiveness. By paying attention to these cues, you can gain deeper insight into what someone is really thinking or feeling. In the next scenes, we'll break down the main types of body language and how to interpret them in real-life situations. Did you know that experts estimate up to 70% of communication is nonverbal? That means your body language often speaks louder than your words. Understanding these signals can help you build trust, avoid misunderstandings, and respond more effectively in conversations. Whether you're giving a presentation or having a casual chat, being aware of body language can make a big difference. Next, let's look at the most common types of body language you'll encounter. Facial expressions are one of the most powerful forms of body language. A smile, frown, raised eyebrow, or narrowed eyes can instantly reveal a person's feelings. For example, genuine smiles involve the eyes as well as the mouth, while forced smiles often don't. Pay attention to subtle changes in facial expressions, as they can signal shifts in mood or attitude. Next time you're talking to someone, notice how their face changes as the conversation flows. Eye contact is a key part of communication. It can show confidence, interest, or even aggression. Too much eye contact might feel intimidating, while too little can seem evasive. In many cultures, steady eye contact is seen as a sign of honesty and engagement. However, cultural differences do exist, so it's important to be aware of context. Watch how people use their eyes during conversations to gauge their comfort and interest levels. Gestures, especially with our hands, are a natural way to emphasize what we're saying. Waving, pointing, or using open palms can all add meaning to our words. Open gestures often signal honesty and openness, while closed or hidden hands may indicate discomfort or reluctance. Notice how people use their hands when they talk sometimes. Gestures can reveal excitement, nervousness, or even disagreement before a word is spoken. How someone stands or sits can tell you a lot about their mood and confidence. Upright posture often signals confidence and attentiveness, while slouching may indicate boredom or insecurity. Leaning in can show interest, while leaning away might suggest discomfort or disagreement. Next time you're in a group, observe how people's posture changes depending on who they're talking to or what's being discussed. Personal space is the physical distance we keep between ourselves and others. Invading someone's space can make them uncomfortable, while standing too far away might seem distant or unfriendly. The right amount of space varies by culture and situation. In general, friends and family stand closer together, while strangers keep more distance. Pay attention to how people react when you move closer or farther away. Mirroring is when someone subconsciously copies another person's body language. This is a sign of rapport and connection. For example, if you cross your legs and the other person does the same, it often means they feel comfortable with you. Mirroring can help build trust and make conversations flow more smoothly. Try noticing when this happens in your interactions. It's a subtle but powerful sign of connection. Crossed arms or legs can signal defensiveness, discomfort, or a closed-off attitude. However, context matters. Sometimes people cross their arms simply because they're cold or comfortable. Look for other clues, like facial expressions or tone of voice, to confirm what the gesture really means. If you notice someone crossing their arms during a conversation, try to make them feel more at ease. Open body language, such as uncrossed arms, relaxed posture, and open palms, signals friendliness and willingness to engage. Closed body language, like crossed arms or turning away, can suggest discomfort or resistance. When you want to appear approachable, use open gestures and face the person you're speaking with. Notice how others respond to your body language too. Touch can communicate a wide range of emotions, from comfort and support to dominance or aggression. A handshake, pat on the back, or a hug all send different messages. The meaning of touch depends on the relationship and the situation. Always be mindful of personal boundaries and cultural differences when it comes to physical contact. Microexpressions are brief, involuntary facial expressions that reveal true emotions, even when someone tries to hide them. These flashes of emotion can last just a fraction of a second, but they're powerful clues to what someone is really feeling. Learning to spot microexpressions takes practice, but it can help you detect hidden feelings like anger, fear, or happiness. The face is a rich source of emotional information. Happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, fear, and disgust all have distinct facial expressions. For example, happiness is shown by a smile and crinkling around the eyes, while anger might involve a furrowed brow and tight lips. By learning the basic facial expressions for each emotion, you can better understand how someone is feeling. While not strictly body language, the tone and pitch of someone's voice can add important context to their words. A warm, steady tone usually signals friendliness, while a shaky or high-pitched voice might indicate nervousness. Listen for changes in volume, speed, and inflection to pick up on underlying emotions. It's important to remember that body language should always be interpreted in context. The same gesture can mean different things depending on the situation, culture, or individual. For example, crossed arms might mean someone is cold rather than defensive. Always look for clusters of signals and consider the environment before drawing conclusions. Body language is not universal. Gestures and expressions can have very different meanings in different cultures. For example, a thumbs up is positive in some places but offensive in others. When interacting with people from different backgrounds, be aware of these differences and avoid making assumptions based on your own cultural norms. People often try to hide their true feelings, but body language can give them away. Signs of deception might include avoiding eye contact, touching the face, or fidgeting. However, these signals are not foolproof. Some people are just naturally nervous. Look for inconsistencies between words and body language to spot possible deception. Confident people tend to use open, expansive body language. They stand tall, make steady eye contact, and use purposeful gestures. If you want to appear more confident, practice these behaviors yourself. Notice how confident people move and try to incorporate some of their habits into your own communication style. Nervousness often shows up in body language through fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or touching the face or neck. People might also shift their weight, tap their feet, or play with objects. If you notice these signs, it could mean someone is anxious or uncomfortable. Being aware of these cues can help you respond with empathy. When someone is interested or engaged, their body language becomes more animated. They might lean in, nod, maintain eye contact, and use expressive gestures. These signals show that the person is actively listening and involved in the conversation. Try to use these cues yourself to show you're engaged. Boredom is often shown through slouched posture, lack of eye contact, or distracted movements like looking at a phone or tapping fingers. If you notice these signs, it might be time to change the topic or re-engage the person. Recognizing boredom early can help keep conversations lively and productive. Aggressive or dominant body language includes invading personal space, making intense eye contact, or using large, forceful gestures. These signals can make others feel uncomfortable or threatened. If you encounter this type of body language, it's important to remain calm and avoid escalating the situation. Comfortable people often display relaxed body language, such as open posture, gentle gestures, and a calm facial expression. They may lean back, smile, or use slow, fluid movements. These cues indicate that the person feels safe and at ease in the situation. No single gesture tells the whole story. Instead, look for clusters of signals, several cues that point to the same emotion or attitude. For example, crossed arms, a frown, and averted gaze together are a stronger sign of discomfort than any one gesture alone. Always consider the bigger picture when interpreting body language. The direction someone faces can reveal their interest and focus. If a person turns their body towards you, it usually means they're engaged. Turning away or angling the body elsewhere can signal disinterest or a desire to leave. Body orientation is a subtle but telling aspect of nonverbal communication. Feet and legs can reveal a lot about someone's true feelings. Pointing feet towards someone shows interest, while pointing them away can indicate a desire to leave. Fidgeting, tapping, or crossing legs may signal nervousness or impatience. Don't forget to observe these often overlooked cues. A handshake can set the tone for an entire interaction. A firm, steady handshake usually signals confidence and respect, while a weak or limp handshake might suggest insecurity or reluctance. Pay attention to how people shake hands and what it might reveal about their feelings or intentions. Nodding, smiling, and leaning forward are common signs of agreement and understanding. These gestures encourage the speaker and show that you're engaged. Using them yourself can help build rapport and make conversations more positive and productive. Shaking the head, frowning, or turning away are signs of disagreement or discomfort. These gestures can signal that someone is not on board with what's being said. If you notice these cues, it may be helpful to clarify your message or ask for feedback. Sometimes people use objects as barriers when they feel uncomfortable. Holding a bag, cup, or even a phone between themselves and others can be a sign of nervousness or a desire to create distance. Notice when people use objects this way, as it can reveal hidden feelings. Self-soothing gestures, like rubbing the neck, touching the face, or playing with jewelry, often indicate stress or anxiety. These actions help people calm themselves when they're nervous or uncomfortable. If you notice these gestures, it's a sign that someone may need reassurance or support. Pupil dilation can be a subtle but telling sign of interest or attraction. When someone is excited or interested, their pupils may get larger. While this cue is hard to spot, it can add another layer to your understanding of body language, especially in close or intimate settings. In groups, people who feel connected often move in sync with each other. This synchrony can be seen in gestures, posture, or even breathing patterns. When a group is in harmony, their body language becomes more aligned, signaling unity and shared purpose. Leaders often use confident, open body language to inspire trust and authority. Standing tall, using broad gestures, and making eye contact are all common traits of effective leaders. If you want to project leadership, focus on these nonverbal cues in your own interactions. During negotiations, body language can reveal a lot about each party's true position. Watch for signs of openness, like uncrossed arms and leaning forward, or signs of resistance, like crossed arms or turning away. Reading these cues can help you adjust your approach and reach better outcomes. In job interviews, both interviewers and candidates use body language to make impressions. Sitting up straight, making eye contact, and using controlled gestures can help you appear confident and engaged. Be aware of your own body language and watch for cues from the other person to guide your responses. Public speakers use body language to engage audiences and emphasize key points. Moving confidently, using expressive gestures, and making eye contact with the audience can make presentations more effective. Practice these skills to become a more compelling speaker. In close relationships, body language plays a big role in expressing affection, support, and understanding. Touch, eye contact, and mirroring are all important signals. Being attuned to your partner's nonverbal cues can strengthen your connection and help resolve conflicts more smoothly. Friends often use relaxed, open body language around each other. Shared laughter, playful gestures, and comfortable proximity are all signs of a strong friendship. Pay attention to these cues to deepen your bonds and recognize when a friend might need support. During conflict, body language can become tense and defensive. Crossed arms, clenched fists, or turning away are common signs. Recognizing these cues can help you de-escalate situations and approach disagreements with empathy and understanding. You can improve your own body language by practicing open, confident gestures and being mindful of your posture. Smile, make eye contact, and use purposeful movements to appear more approachable and trustworthy. The more you practice, the more natural these behaviors will become. To get better at reading body language, observe people in different settings. Watch how they interact in meetings, social gatherings, or public places. Notice the patterns and clusters of signals, and try to interpret what they might mean. The more you practice, the more skilled you'll become at understanding nonverbal cues. A common mistake is to focus on a single gesture without considering the context or other signals. Remember, body language is complex and can be influenced by many factors. Avoid jumping to conclusions and always look for clusters of cues before making judgments. Reading body language is a valuable skill that can improve your relationships, boost your confidence, and help you navigate social situations more effectively. Remember to observe, interpret in context, and practice regularly. With time, you'll become more attuned to the subtle signals people send every day. Thanks for watching, and happy observing.